Hey y'all, welcome back to Barefaced and Bonnets. It's your girl Asia Simone.
It's your girl, Kay Nichelle.
And I'm pulling up the rear. I'm A Renee.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome back. It's another episode, which means it's another day of mess. So Key, talk to us.
Well, first and foremost, let me just say, if y'all see fans from my two lovely co-hosts, just understand that they hot. And we're not talking about this external heat because we know it's hot outside. It's summer. Make sure y'all stay hydrated, drink your water. But we're also talking about internal heat, like when the air go out in your house. And so my two co-hosts are dealing with some air issues in their house. So we sending them prayers, vibes, good juju. We gonna call on Jesus and make sure they stay cool because I know at least one of them is asthmatic and we don't need no problems. Okay.
None.
But speaking of hot, we're going to talk about people being hot messes, okay? And what we talk about tonight or today or whenever you watch this video is how it goes down in the DMs. So let me give you a little backstory. So my lovely mother, A Renee, was in love with my father until death did them part. And she did not date until adulthood. And so when she started dating, although I have not dated in forever either, but I got enough single homegirls to know how to help my mama navigate this mess of a dating pool. And I had to tell her, ma'am, he done slid in your DMs. So I'm gonna turn it over to A Renee so she can tell y'all about her foolish DMs and how I had to help her navigate the dating pool because it has pee in it. Period.
And poop. And poop.
And poop.
Got all of it.
Tumbleweeds. It's a mess. So, A Renee, let's talk about your DMs and the foolishness.
Let me just first say, for y'all to say my pool has pee and poop in it, that's gross.
No, all of the pool. It's one pool.
All the dating
pool
is just one big dating pool.
It's one big pool.
It's all full of pee and poop.
And it's full of pee and poop. And
well, as you called it earlier, as you were saying, it is a mess. As cute as I am, I will be 55 July the 30th, right? And so I get hit on a lot. One particular instance that I'm going to share with you guys, there's many because I can't get these jokers about my DM, but I'm going to talk about this one first. So young man, he reaches out. Hey, Miss Alice, how are you? I hope things are well. Haven't seen you lately. How's Key and her family? You know, how's your son? Hope everything is well. And I'm like, oh, that's so nice of him. He's such a little sweetheart. He checked in to see how I was doing. And so I tell Kiana, I said, hey, you remember? And so I was told that I can't give names out to keep some of y'all staying in y'all's marriages. So we just don't say this happened. Okay. So I was sharing with Kiana, Kay Nichelle, how, this guy who I knew that she knows reached out and he was checking in on me. And I was like, that was really nice. And she was like, girl, he done slid in your DM. I'm like, he done slid in my DM. Because, they younger than me. So I'm like, I don't even know what she's talking about. So then he slides, as Kiana calls it, in my DM again. And so I'm just like, now he's like, so, are you dating? And I'm thinking, you young enough to be my son, but I'm listening, and he was like, because I think you're such a beautiful woman, very, curvaceous and beautiful. And, unlike some of the younger ladies out here, you got your own. And I think that's cool. So I called Kay Nichelle and I'm like, okay, he done sent me a message again. And now he's telling me how beautiful I am, which I already know that. But he's also telling me how curvaceous I am. Oh, you nice and curvy. And these young girls, they don't want nothing in life. And I'm going to just stop there. We'll put a pin in that. So Kiana, Kay Nichelle, can tell y'all what she said to me. Because it gets worse.
First and foremost, to said person who decided that after him and I had, this was somebody I know, like we used to be coworkers in our teenage years at the local Best Buy. Bro, I know you slid into my mama DM on site. I'll punch you dead in your face on site. Stop playing with me. I don't know why he decided to pull that. Like in real life, and I'm not saying because he knew my father, he shouldn't try to hit on my mom. I'm saying because he know me, and we had a friendship. Like, bro, we was cool. You so out of pocket. But I had to tell her, like, it's only going to get worse. And she's like, but it's just, I've known him and he can be my kid. And I'm like, he clearly doesn't care. And you're gonna need to tell him to go somewhere. Cause if I have to book a ticket to come home and punch him, I'm gonna get all my money out his head. Like, I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna knock you so far out that you're gonna need some serious help. And I'm gonna send my little brother after you. So can we not? So yeah, it got worse. And it was super disrespectful. Cause I would never, to not somebody I've known like that many years. Like, when I say we worked, Asia, let me just like timestamp how long I've known this guy. Bannister Mall was still a mall when I met this guy.
Bless.
Bannister Mall. And if anybody's from Kansas City, y'all know how long Bannister Mall ain't been a mall. So this is when there was still I met him when there was still a Hypermart and a Just for Feet, like next door to the Best Buy. That's how long.
Not Just for Feet.
That's what was next door to the Best Buy, was the Just for Feet.
That's
we were
crazy.
Right. And so for you to
and Montgomery Ward.
And Montgomery Ward with the big elevator was still, before it was a Sears, like it was a Montgomery. Like, I've known you, we're in our mid-30s now, and he's younger than me. So he's probably turning 36 this year, because I think he's a year younger than me, 35, 36 this year. But we met when we were all of 15. Like, in real life.
Let me just go ahead and see what she working with. Let me just.
He did. And here's what's so interesting, because it went from him, I'm just checking on you, want to see how you're doing. Hey, did you want to go grab something to eat? I know that you and Mr. Madry have been married for a whole lot of years and don't know if you're dating, but, maybe just get out of the house. And so I was like, I know Key told me like he had just had a baby or somebody had a baby or something, right? So I'm like, so how's
my
your
mom
baby's
is not trying to be your kid's stepmama. You got little babies. Like, if she ain't trying to take mine and raise them, like I keep asking her to take these grandkids that she prayed for, she definitely ain't about to stepmama your kids that is younger than my kids. If you don't go sit down somewhere, if I punch you in your face.
So listen, the conversation went from, I want to care, I'm caring about you and how your mental health and your spiritual health is, to this is what I could do to you. This is how I'm going to do it to you. I want to do this, that, and the other. I thought I was reading a book, like one of them good books, right?
You was going back in time reading one of them Zane books.
Girl, not the Zane books.
It got real. It got real interesting. It was very graphic.
Triple X.
And here's the thing. He didn't let up. He kept going and going and going. And I told him, I said, this is just what I said. I said, Key would be real upset with you if she knew that you were saying all this to her mama. And then he said, well, whatever you do, don't tell her, because we two adults. You like my kids, sir. Like, listen, you the kid who used to run up, give my husband daps when we was in Best Buy and hug me and be like, hey, Miss Alice. So now all of a sudden I done went from Miss Alice to hey, Miss Bob.
He was applying pressure, baby. He said we done all gas, no brakes.
Listen.
I will take that gas and run you over. Stop playing with me. I don't know why folk be out here playing with me about my mama. But
Aisha,
I just don't play about her.
He came in so because she pre-warned me, right? Like after I told her about a couple of the little messages, she's like, listen, I'm telling you now, he not just trying to be nice, right? Because again, like she said, James and I have been together since I was a teenager. We got married. I had just turned 20. I wasn't even a full 20 years old. I was like almost 30 days. And we got married, right? But we had been together since I was a teen. So that's what I knew. I knew JTM, right? And so now to be an adult at 46 and now a single woman after being with someone from teenage year all the way up to 46, 30, 31 years, right? And now I'm single. Girl, I don't know what all this stuff is. I thought he was just really being a nice young man and checking in on me. And then it was like,
feisty. He went from nice to nasty.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I saw him in a whole different light. Matter of fact, I didn't even go back to that Best Buy no more.
Listen, what Smokey say off of Friday? When you gonna let me, Miss Parker?
Right. He was trying to Miss Parker my mama. Parker. And we not about to Miss Parker my mama. So go on sit down. Go on sit down somewhere, young man. Little young guy. Man. Kind sir.
You know that's a word, right?
Because we're not doing this. So then
one of my other DMs was a local pastor who got a whole wife who liked to wear big hats. I'm like, I ain't getting slapped with one of her hats.
But anyway, try that because I knocked that hat right off of her head. Y'all need to stay out with mama DMs because the minute one of y'all little stank wives come from my mama, see, Alice done found she know Jesus and her mama is Jesus' sister. And he's still working on me.
Well,
I'm gonna move her to the side and I'm gonna knock you out. Understand, don't set your wife up for the foolishness. Get out my mama DMs.
So here's what's so funny about this guy. So he hit me up. He asked me, if I was doing okay. That's their little line. You doing okay? You doing okay? Anyway, he asked me if I was doing okay. I'm fine. But here's the thing. So I was doing some work for the church, made a few phone calls by way of what my pastor asked me to do. Same dude. Conversation just goes left. He said he couldn't come to the program. He was going to be doing something else. And then all of a sudden began to tell me how he used to love when we had the restaurant and our food was delicious and how my husband was an amazing guy. Are you single? Are you dating yet? Because, I know that you and James have been together for a long time. So are you single? But then he goes real left and he goes, yeah, he said, it's kind of hard, dating out there. He said, I had a secretary in my church. And he said, one of my homeboys had a secretary in his church. And she was upset because they wasn't like together. But, he would kind of like slide in sometimes. And she went to the church and, he did what he did. Him and her, they got together, they hooked up. And so this man is full out having this whole conversation. And I said, okay, hold on, pump your brakes.
He telling somebody else's business. I don't like that.
It comes all the way back around to me. Yeah, I always thought that you was beautiful. I thought that you was this and that and the other. He was like, can I take you to dinner? Because, my name is a good name out here in the city. But I sure would like to hook up with you. I said, hook up like what?
I sure would like you to get out my face.
Had a whole conversation with my pastor because I thought it was very disrespectful, right? But then my pastor was out somewhere preaching and myself, my mom, and Kiana's godmother and some other church members went to go support. This dude shows up and he's sitting behind me in church and he taps me on my shoulder. Hey, beautiful.
Church.
I'm looking back at him like, you gotta be kidding, right? Then we had a second program. Who comes and sits behind me again? Hey, you remember me, right? I'm just like, oh my God. Then number 3, we had a visiting church again, and here he come. I'm like darn near running, trying to get away. So one of the girls who's a real popular singer here in the city, she said, you good? I said, but wherever you go, I'm going. She said, because he like following you. I said, all in my DM, as my daughter and my niece would call it. I can't get this man out of my DM. I blocked him. He came in with a whole nother username and password. I'm like, who does this? Sir?
I need him to give this much effort to his wife.
How about to his membership? Because I'm not a member.
How about he give this much effort to finding a therapist? Because that man got problems.
To Jesus. Give yourself away to Jesus.
Give yourself to the jail because you're really a stalker.
For real. I'm like, oh no.
The DMs are a raggedy place. I don't know who gave these people internet. It was supposed to be used for good. But it be used for evil, and they just don't know how to act with it. And I tried to warn her, Asia, because again, she had been in love with my father, since Jesus was a babe. And so just being able to navigate, like, I didn't want her getting caught up in the foolishness of DMs, because folks, first and foremost, will slide in your DM and then you don't give them what they want. And now they want to go on a smear campaign. And, not to be funny, but the last name hold weight in the city. Like, people know the last name. And so it's never been anything inappropriate or anything where it wasn't in high regard, especially as it pertains to my father and my mom. Like, it's never been a thing. And so the last thing I needed was people to slide in and then she don't say yes to whatever they're wanting, and all of a sudden it's, that Madry's single now and she out here. I need all that. So it, trying to help my mother in her adulthood navigate this dating pool that is full of pee and poop has been
a cesspool out there. It's
been a journey.
It really is.
And I just need.
Here's my thing. I think, and I say this, and I don't mean no disrespect to those that are really good men in the world, but there are some really, there's some really not so nice guys out there, and they really do play games.
And have no shame about it either.
Huh?
Have no shame about it.
They don't. I had a guy that walked up to me a couple of Sundays ago. My mother asked me to go to church with her a couple of Sunday evenings ago. And I went, and the guy said, "Oh, you never told me you was a minister." I said, "I don't talk to you." I'm like, "You stay in my DM. And I'm well aware that you have a wife, sir. So I didn't need to tell you nothing because I never respond to any of your messages." Come on.
Moral of the story, get out my mom's DM. Get out. Yes, I want a stepfather. I want her to find love, but it ain't in her DMs. It's just not.
It's not.
We don't want to live there. I mean, and if my stepfather somehow comes through the DMs, he gonna have to go through hell, because I'm be out here like, I need all your information. What's your mama name? What's your last name? What's your daddy name?
Where your grandma stay? Where your daddy stay?
With the way people are
what year did you graduate from high school?
That part. Put that question first. When they enter your DMs, you just need to have a questionnaire ready, and you just send them a link to the questionnaire. I can make that happen.
It'll be a Microsoft form. We can make that happen. Don't worry about it.
You just need a little questionnaire.
The reason why Renee made the comment about what year you graduated from high school is because there is a rule spoken very loudly that he cannot have been in my graduating class or within my yearbook. So if he's slightly above me in years or below me in years, he's kind of out of the loop. I don't know what my brother's rules are, but I'm gonna suggest you not be in his yearbook either, because if y'all think I'm crazy, that brother of mine don't play no games about his mama.
No, because I had a guy one time on Facebook who just came on and kindly said, "You're a beautiful woman. What a beautiful picture." I was so embarrassed. He embarrassed me so bad. That son of mine, that brother of hers, that cousin of yours, he embarrassed me so bad. And the unfortunate was my godchildren was egging him on. Because Deontay said to this man, "Hey, fool, who you?" And I was like, what'd he say? "Hey, fool." Not even a cool fool. Fool. "Hey, fool, who you?" And
then my god sister said, "Yeah, who is you?" I was like,
and then somebody else popped on and said, "You heard my little brother. He said, who you?" Dude just went off. He deleted and then blocked her.
He blocked her.
You know what? I ain't even really want all that.
I'm like, how I get blocked? I ain't even say nothing.
So Deontay has been in the store with my mom, and dude was following her around the store, and he turns around and says to the man, "Either you gonna holler at her or you not. Stop following us around the store." And dude went on about his business, and I was like, if you're not man enough to step, then step off. I ain't mad at him. But when he said, "Hey fool, who you?" When I tell you, I called my mama and I was like, "Your son ain't got not near bit of sense."
They all thought it was
and
funny.
She's like,
I was so embarrassed.
She was embarrassed, but I had tears. Like, I'm about to laugh until I have tears all over again. Because, again, if you think that I don't play about my mama, I won't even send the rest of them. You just better hope that I handle it. Because if I send the rest of the squad, they crazier than me.
You was about to call them
and they some goons.
They
and
are some goons.
Won't play about that one. She's held like a national treasure. And that's just all I got to tell you. So, moral of the story is, y'all get out of people DMs. Like, there's a time and a place, but if you're going to slide in, be respectful. And don't let that be you respectful until you decide, oh, I've been respectful enough. Now I can tell you all the ways I want to flip it, rub it, touch it, lick it down. Like, bro.
Put a thing down, flip it, and reverse it. It's your It's your if you gotta let me search it.
Found out how hard I gotta work.
Listen.
But she don't want to find that out from her DM. So don't be sending my mama no new pics either. We can fight. Don't do it. Don't
weird dude. Now this dude was weird.
He was talking to himself.
Like, seriously, he was weird. So he sends me this message. He tells me how I'm beautiful and how he would really like to meet me. And he puts his phone number in, right? He's like, can you call me? I think we would be great friends. I'm looking for someone who's serious and want to be in a relationship, right? But his mama didn't shape his head when he was a kid. I'm just telling you. Mm-hmm. His head was kind of warped. And I was like, something ain't right with that head. His head ain't right, right? So he's going on and on and on. I didn't respond. So then he comes back the next day. He goes, that's why I don't fool with black women. Because y'all always playing games. Like, he going on and on and on. If you didn't want to talk to me, you could have just said that. But I'm over here trying to be nice to you. I'm over here trying to take you out. I'm trying to make you my woman. And you over here playing games. Sir, I don't know you. I don't know you.
That was not the best part of that message, though. The best part of the message is when he told you this is some bologna sandwich. And this is some BS, and I don't mean bologna sandwiches. And I was like,
this man is a child.
Are we back at the playground?
We are.
Because we should be grown enough to use the BS without
and
any issues.
And I don't mean bologna sandwich. I wasn't thinking bologna sandwich.
And my thought was, if you don't get out her DM talking to yourself, sir, you are having a whole conversation with yourself.
With yourself.
She was like, look at this dude. And my response was, his head made funny. His mama didn't love him. That's weird.
It was terrible.
Now my mama DMs if your mama didn't love you and she didn't shape your head, because we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. And if you make it to the film reunion, my uncle gonna roast you. And I'm just telling you now, we're gonna talk about your egghead.
Listen, he don't need no encouragement roasting nobody.
No, stay and if you gotta stay out. If you
don't have grown children and you still raising them at home and then like middle school, elementary, all of that,
she don't want you.
Not interested.
Just go ahead and throw high school in there too. If your kid's not in college or out, don't even run it this way.
She's not interested. You don't have a good credit score. She not interested. If you don't have your own, she not interested. You can. Kiana, Aisha,
Lord,
why have this guy to invite me to a movie, right? And he said we can just meet you there because I'm gonna catch the 47th Street bus, and then I have to transfer. Then he went on to tell me how he fell on hard times when he got a divorce. And that he was staying in his brother's basement.
Oh, I know who this is.
But he has a few health issues. And I'm like, when James and I was married, we got married, we were healthy, and it was till death us do part. I ain't taking care of nobody else.
So, okay, Asia, now here goes the catch on that person. First and foremost, no, I probably shouldn't say that. We know his children. Like personally connected to his kids,
like very close.
Like if I were to call his son right now and say, "Yo, daddy was in my mama DMs," his son would be so embarrassed. Love one of his kids. The other one ain't crap, but whatever. I said what I said. My shirt is very accurate. Today's mood, sassy with a chance of sarcasm. It's a very accurate shirt today. His one child, who I absolutely adored, has known him for years, loved my dad. Like, he would be so embarrassed by the fact that his daddy had slid in my mama DMs and then told her his whole sob story. How you gonna invite me to a movie, but you ain't even got a roof over your head? Like, if we wanted to keep it after. Okay, so listen. Here go the rules. If you don't have your own house, car, job, retirement, pension, older kids, they need to be over 30 at this point and up, or no children. If you and your baby mama still creep around every now and then, even though your kids is over 30, don't message my mama. If your ex-wife ain't been your ex-wife more than 5 years, don't message my mama. Like, if you got a current wife that, you know, we just don't get along, we ain't touched each other in a long time, and don't message my mama. If y'all don't leave my mama alone, because y'all are the most raggedy jokers ever. Y'all raggedy. Y'all don't have a pot, piss, or a window, and we ain't got time for that. We don't have time. They don't have a pot to piss in nor a window to throw it out. They ain't got the pot, the piss, or the window. Leave my mom alone. Leave her alone. She's doing well by herself. She does well by herself. She don't need you. I had this conversation
with one of my homeboys, and I'm just like, why am I getting all this foolishness? He was like, "You're a cold piece, Badger." He was like, "Who wouldn't want to be with you?" He was like, "These jokers over here, they something." So he's my male me, and I'm the female him. We think alike.
I believe my stepdad is going to be a white man. I believe that.
I'm okay.
He's gonna be paid too. I'm just thinking fortune into your life, because no offense, I want her to marry a black man, but the ones that keep sliding her DMs is raggedy.
Piss and poo.
No.
Oh, piss and poo.
The problem is it's not even in the DMs that they be out of pocket. It's not. They be out of pocket in person. So
yes, they do.
I went on a work trip back to the city that I used to live in. I'm not going to say it because I don't need nobody being like, who is that? Because a lot of people know where I used to live. And went back for a work trip. I was at work. And this young man, I say young man, he was probably older than me. I don't really know. But it was around Valentine's Day. And he going to ask me, Asia, you got a Valentine? I said, yes. Keep in mind, I just got married 2 months ago. Like, just got married. This fool gonna say, oh, okay. So when you getting divorced? Sir.
Sir, idiot.
I ain't even past my 90 days. What
he
is
said
you on?
It's enough time to annul it. It's cheap. This is a good time to exit.
Y'all just wanted to have a little production. Y'all ain't really feeling each other like that. Let me just go ahead and end this for you right quick. Sir, I am happily 60 days in. Leave me alone.
Who is that said, you idiot? He's an idiot.
So, Asia, when we moved here to Virginia, I'm in Virginia. Yay. VA. This place is very interesting. So I remember being at the car wash, and I done pulled up. It's me and Ava, because at that time I was still a stay-at-home mom. So I got Ava in the back. We done pulled up, go through the little auto wash, park the car. I'm vacuuming out the car while she playing on her little tablet. Dude, hey ma, hi. And he's like, why you out here, taking care of the car? You ain't got a man to do that for you? I do. He's at work. Oh, you married? Yeah. He goes, here's where it gets interesting. You happy?
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Sir,
get out of my face.
I'm happy. I said, if I'm being honest, this his car. This his car. He at the job handling business, and I'm making sure that when he gets home, his car is clean. We straight over here.
But you know
He
what?
was like, okay, well, I mean, if you happy, if I'm not, what you gonna do about it?
Right. What are you gonna provide that'll make me happy? I would like to hear your list.
I just want to know
extra.
I would like to hear your
because
list.
let's just say I run off into the sunset with you. Wouldn't you be concerned that I'm gonna run off into the sunset with another one? I'm not happy.
Sir?
No, do we not think that far out?
Critical
I don't think
thinking
people-
skills.
People
Half
be
of them don't
killing
have
me
none.
when they be the other person, then they get cheated on. It's like, but you had. Never mind. That is a whole nother. That's another episode. It goes down in and out of the DMs.
You know who's the worst ones when it comes to men, but also the best? The ones at the gas station. They will let you know. They will let you know with the quickness you are the most beautiful. I'll wash your car by hand.
I am never bothered by them because they always are nice to me when I look like a bum.
They are so kind. They don't care how you look.
Girl,
They boost your self-esteem.
Girl, you look good today. Rocking them sweatpants. Yes, black queen. They will give you. You want to feel good about yourself? Take yourself to the gas station.
Go to the gas station. Or the car wash. Or the car wash.
Take yourself on down.
Walmart has been a hitter for me too, and I'm like, if you want to come in here and buy all these groceries, I'm not going to turn you down for buying the groceries. These kids is eating me out of house and home with this summer camp. Feel free to buy the groceries. So one thing I know is that being single is not easy right now. So I have homegirls who are single having a conversation yesterday, one of my big sis, and I was like, oh, my husband that got on my nerves. And she was like, whatever your issue is, go talk to my brother nice because ain't nothing out here. She's like, nothing but cactus and tumbleweed. Like, please go over there and have a conversation, but talk to him nice. Like, don't you be over there messing up the good stuff because you got a good one. And I was like, I know Savannah, he a good man. You ain't gotta tell me
That's a good man, Savannah.
That's a good man, Savannah. Like, I got it. I'm gonna talk to him nice. God. And she was like, don't forget to use I statements. And I was like, I can't use my I statements because my I statement is not healthy for the conversation. But it's just a reminder of, listen, whatever your issues are within your relationship, talk to your
work
partner.
It out.
Because it ain't nothing out there.
It's not. I can vouch for that.
I daily remind myself that thank God I found my husband when I did. Because, listen.
Praise God.
I am his Proverbs 31 woman because I couldn't be out here trying to find nobody to be a Proverbs 31 woman for. This is I be hearing my girlfriend stories. Now I have 2 at this point that are married, one that's about to get married. The rest of my homegirls is single. And you know what? I don't miss them single days. Did I have my fun? Yes. Did we used to cut up? Yes. But hearing some of these stories about trying to find somebody to be with, I be like, oh, child.
I'm not built for that.
Oh, y'all know that little Nene Leakes clip? Let's go find you. Oh, the ghetto. It's child. Ghetto. It's ghetto. And I don't want no part.
So listen, before we end this segment, I just want to reach out one of these DMs because this is fun. Y'all ready?
No, wait, hold on. Let me mentally prepare myself.
Oh, we taking a water break? Okay.
Because I don't think that I can handle this.
Sorry if y'all heard the gulp.
At least y'all know we staying hydrated out here in these hot streets.
The streets is hot and raggedy.
And apparently so are Renee's DMs.
Come on with your raggedy DM.
Let's hear it. Drop it down.
And I promise you, this dude, I'm not even sure because his head ain't made right either. And he looked like he got like a James Brown slick back. Okay. So just out of nowhere. So you and I can't talk. Why not? It's always good to have someone to talk to. Who said I ain't had nobody to talk to? Okay.
Him. He said.
I do realize that Facebook isn't a dating site, but I would love to have an opportunity to acquaint myself with you. You're a spiritual woman. Pray about it. God bless you and continue to walk in the anointing that he has laid before you. Kind regards. P.S. I think that you are gorgeous, and I still don't know why you haven't given me a chance. At least respond back. No, thank you.
Let me tell you real quick. I'm going to give him about 10 kudo points because that spiritual woman line was good. He said, pray about it. That was smooth. I can't be mad at me for that one. Pray about it.
She didn't.
I'm gonna give you your 10 little points.
She not.
You finna get out of me because that's
some manipulation. I don't like it.
That is so funny to me because why did you even say that? What?
Wait, so that was the first part.
About me. He'll vouch for
Jesus know about me.
Here's part 2. Get ready for part 2.
Why is there a part 2 when you didn't respond to part 1? I told y'all they'd be out there.
That's what these dummies do.
They just need somebody to talk to, and they be
maybe I won't
themselves.
call them dummies, but that's what these people do.
It's feeling submersible.
Okay. Yes.
Giving submersible.
Yes, you are absolutely gorgeous. How are you today? You are most definitely a mighty woman of God, and again, so beautiful. Please, let's have a conversation. Kind regards.
It's giving Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever.
I'm just like, where do y'all come from? Then I got another one. When are you going to let me take you to dinner?
I need somebody with season tickets to the Chiefs to come speak in your DMs. Like at least speak her language. Have season tickets to the Kansas City Chiefs in good seats. She likes to eat well. Like she don't eat cheap. So if you're going to slide in, understand that it's not going to be a McDonald's meal. It's going to be like Ocean's Prime. Often.
That part.
At least. Because she come with her own. I love her because she got her own. She got her own.
Which, speaking of, I've heard he is a trifling man too, but we're not going to go into that because I don't need him trying to sue us.
And you mean when he had the first wife to get her tubes tied so they can have no more babies, to then cheat on her and have a second wife, and then while married to the second wife, make babies with a third woman? That person?
He needs to stop.
We've been talking about trifling men this whole show.
I can keep going. I could talk about trifling men till the cows come home, and when they go back again.
I just want to say this.
Shame on
there are trifling women too,
and are
they're trifling people, right? Yeah. But they not in my mama DMs, so that's why we're not talking about trifling.
Although I did have a chick to hit. I did have a chick to slide in my DM.
Did she? I was gonna say, did she hit or did she slide in? Which one are we talking about?
Because she slid in my DM.
Two different terminologies.
Well, I was going to say, you know me, so you already know. Because I am strictly.
We know. I knew you were going there.
She just saying.
In the words of Gotti tag.
Overall, but let me tell y'all something. She looked more butch than Slickback.
She probably had more money too. Should have let her take you to dinner.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
I don't need no stalkers. I don't need nobody sitting out here on my doorstep. In my driveway, parked at my workplace. I don't need none of that extra drama. She good.
I need y'all to
stop.
Here's the thing. I don't believe in leading people on. That's why I'm responding to none of these people. And again, the little boy that I responded to, I thought he was trying to be nice.
He said,
you're going to learn today to listen to your daughter.
Learn today.
Listen to your daughter. She will never steal you wrong. I'm just going to say this out loud. It is very hard raising my mother in adulthood. She's exhausting. Therapy.
Being single is exhausting. Therapy.
I told my play aunt that too. I said, between you and my mama, I'm going to need therapy. Raising y'all, because one of my play aunts be getting into some mess too. And she's got a loving, open show. We're gonna get censored and canceled, and we the people that could cancel us. We're gonna cancel ourselves with her on the show. But she's like my mom. She has an open heart and she just loves on people and she does all the things. And then she'd be like, let me tell you what happened. And I'm like, but I had told you not to do that.
Hard-headed.
Make us off behind. Didn't they tell us that when we was kids? And I don't understand why y'all don't be listening. And I'll be like, he
That's
a user.
I don't respond to nobody else's messages.
That poor boy done ruined it for every other man ever.
He did. He did. And did.
That
Oh,
is
unbelievable.
He had young
Here's
kids
the thing. Let's
and a
get
disability.
Real...
My mother was not checking for you. Young kids and a disability. Sir, may God bless you. Hope you have the day you deserve.
What you say? I'm
no.
just joking.
Oh, you not following that up with you, because you got to answer for that one, and I'm not answering with you.
I couldn't hear you. I was trying to get you to speak a little louder.
Asia, get your auntie.
Get your mama. I got her all weekend. No, I had her all weekend. No, you didn't. I know you didn't. I had her all weekend.
I am glad that you said that, because now that I'm going to move from the DMs for a second to just tell y'all about a phone call that I had with my mother this weekend while she was at the family reunion. Y'all. So, of course, I don't know why Black people haven't elevated from having picnics outside. Like, we don't have to do that no more. Like, we can go indoors and enjoy air. So I was not there, but let me tell y'all how it was being described to me on the phone. First
Asia was there.
But she wasn't on this phone call.
I was not.
So we are talking, and my mother's like, yep, they got it down. It's by a river. We're outside. I don't see a lot of places.
A lake, a pond.
A lake, whatever. It's a body of water. We're outside. There are geese. There's not really places to sit because there's geese poop. And then this guy walks up and he says, don't y'all want to walk around the lake? And my mom was like, you walking around the lake. We're not walking around the lake. I
asked him, had he walked around the lake?
She asked him that. He said no. Somehow she ends up saying to this man,
because he said, well, I thought it would be a good suggestion.
Oh, I didn't hear what he said. So he thought it would be a good suggestion. And Renee replies, I don't think anybody pays you to think. And I stood in the store that I was in for 5 minutes with my mouth hanging open like this. She puts me on hold and comes back and said, what you doing? I said, oh, I'm still standing here with my mouth hanging open. Is that gentleman still near you? And she says, yes. And I said, did he not realize you just insulted him? She goes, oh, he just walked off. Maybe he heard you. I said, no, maybe it just clicked that you told this grown man nobody pays him to think.
That wasn't being rude. That was being true.
Yeah, no.
Because listen, rude. I mean, nobody said to walk around the pond with duck poop and geese poop all over the place. You couldn't sit on the benches. You know why? Because there was poop all over the benches. Not to mention, it felt like 107 degrees outside.
I'm just gonna tell everybody that we have elevated in the Black community. We don't have to eat food outside no more.
And thankfully we didn't.
And then bring it in.
Yeah, thankfully we didn't. That was beautiful. I love that part.
We didn't even have to be outside for a minute about walking around a lake. I need y'all not to do that. And y'all, when y'all see my mama, please don't let her tell you stuff like nobody pays you to think.
I don't see the problem.
It's hard to raise her. Hard.
It is.
I don't see the problem. I really
Of course you don't. You're not raising yourself.
I'm exhausted. Asia, I appreciate you for raising my mother this weekend.
I was the stepdaddy this weekend.
You're a very good stepdad. I appreciate you for taking your kids for the weekend. You had 3 of them. That's a lot.
I did.
4.
Listen, technically I had 5 because my mama was.
Because your mama. Yeah, I know you tired.
Bye. Came to the house and crashed.
I know you
tired.
It was a long weekend.
Let me just say this. It was a good time. It was good to be able to see everybody. And it was funny because the breakfast bar had no breakfast on the bar.
Yeah.
The $18 per person breakfast bar had no breakfast on the bar. And here's what was interesting. The maintenance man was the cook also. Because he had come up to our room earlier because our refrigerator wasn't cooling. And then when he came out to bring them hard biscuits, because her daddy, my brother, said, oh, let me just get some biscuits and gravy, because that's what he brought out. And he went to take that tongue and he touched that biscuit and it was like, ding!
Like
All the
cardboard.
biscuits were hard. And then he closed the lid. He said, well, never mind.
Y'all was gonna run me my $18. Run it back.
So I was standing there at the bar, at the breakfast bar, and I was just kind of talking, right? And this guy and his daughter was standing there trying to have this whole little conversation. And I was talking about the lack of breakfast on the breakfast buffet. And the guy looks at me, he goes, do you have a show on Netflix? I'm like, not yet, but it's coming. But let me tell you about Barefaced and Bonnets podcast.
Right. Follow us on all social medias because we about to do what we do.
Right.
So did somebody bring y'all $18 per person back? Because I wouldn't have paid for that.
Well, we didn't. My daddy did.
True that.
He could have took y'all to the Waffle House and had better food.
Listen, well, you know,
some change left over.
The thing is,
right? That's two all-stars.
The thing is, my daddy, he traveled a lot for work. Y'all know that. So he be loved to use his little diamond member perks. By saying that, y'all should already know what hotel brand I'm referencing. I will not say their names, but they will be getting a survey because I am also a diamond member. So he be taking advantage of it because, you know, when you get to a certain level, you get an F&B credit, which, you know, food and beverage. It can go towards whatever, the bar, the food. So it wasn't nothing but like, girl, if I could have spent my credit on a drink if y'all wasn't gonna give me that to eat.
I'd be like, I'm not spending my credit on this, and y'all owe me some points.
So we ain't gonna say which hotel it was, but you know who you are, and y'all need to hire more people. Hire more people.
You're a Diamonds member, and I mean, I'm an honors member too. I don't have the diamond status yet, but I'm up there. And so you're right. It was. We got in the room, and they didn't even have no toilet paper in the room. And you know that little thing that's like this that go in between the toilet paper that holds the toilet paper in place? Mm-hmm. It was sitting on top of the tank part of the toilet stool. No toilet paper. Then we had containers with the hand wash and the conditioner and body wash and all of that. They were empty.
Because somebody didn't clean your room all the way. Stop playing with me, people.
Listen, we don't need
Granny and my mama and my auntie out here raggedy.
That is a chit chat for another day because, honey, they went through it with that room. They went through it with the whole initial process. The whole initial process. That's the story for another day because good
yes, it is.
Lord.
Well, listen, so coming up soon, we're going to talk about Black people and funerals. Black folk and funerals.
This is your granddaddy.
This is your granddaddy.
Yo, I just watched a good video about a Black lady cussing some folk out at a funeral. It was glorious. Yeah, we'll talk about that on the next episode.
She wasn't playing either.
I think she called the lady a silverback gorilla, if I'm not mistaken.
Lord.
She was mad. 38 hot. 38 hot.
Lord.
Coming in hot.
She was mad.
All right. So, hey, Renee, don't you got some words of wisdom for these people?
Always. Hey, good people. Make sure you take care of yourself. Stay hydrated.
Because it's hot.
It's hot.
It is hot. And here's what's so interesting. All three of us are in different states. We're in different places, and 2 out of the 3 central air units went out. Now, I just had mine serviced back in May, and you just got a whole brand new unit when?
A year ago.
So stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water because it is hot across the nation. Make sure you eat a little more healthier than you did the day before. And get you some exercising in, even if you have to lay in your bed and do your legs like that, do your arms like that.
Or in the words of my mama,
house,
tap your foot while you're sitting because you're burning calories.
I ain't mad at your mama. Tap. But anyway, get out there. Make sure you are staying hydrated, eat healthier, do a little bit of exercise. And then whatever you do, make sure you spend some one-on-one time with yourself, spend some time with the master. He hears you and he sees you.
And he know y'all raggedy butts me and my mama DMs.
True.
I also just want to remind y'all that drinking water and minding your business is a very great way to stay hydrated and out of mess. Because if you drink a gallon of water like me, you ain't got time to be in nobody's foolishness because you're too busy being in the bathroom. It's free.
Too busy.
It's
Too busy
free.
Thanks for tuning in again for our nonsense. We let to just share our lives and all the craziness that goes in it, especially when it's about talking about out-of-pocket men, because again, we could go on for days. But this has been the Barefaced and Bonnets podcast, so you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like, hit that follow. Go ahead and share it with your mom and them, your cousin and them, your great grandma, your aunties, your little sis, your big bro, your homeboy, your homegirl, your mentor, your godmom, your godbro. Do what you got to do.
Them raggedy men in your DMs. Share this episode with them.
They need this. If you got a raggedy man in your DMs, you respond with this video.
Yep.
And leave it at that.
And
Don't
we
say
will
nothing
tell
else.
If you raggedy and use somebody DMs, Homer Simpson your way out. We tired of you.
So
Homer Simpson your
make
way
sure y'all get on the Barefaced and Bonnets train. If you are watching this on YouTube, go ahead and click that bell so you get notifications when we upload. Ding. If you are listening to us on any of the other podcast sites, go ahead and just write a review. Let us know how you feeling us, because I know y'all feeling us, because that's why y'all here.
Hello.
But
if you're just here to be nosy, we're fine with that too.
We like to be nosy too. So
because we go down everybody's lane. We don't skip lanes.
We don't. We gonna safely put on our blinker and hop from lane to lane to lane to lane. So come through and hang out with us, and we'll see you next time on Barefaced and Bonnets.
Peace.
Peace.